Flip Card Baseball version 5. This is instruction video number 4 and we're going to talk about the ballparks. So we talked a little bit about the ballparks in the last video, but we'll go a little more in depth with the ballparks. The video should get a little bit shorter from here, so hopefully around the 5-minute mark. I'm going to grab the ballpark for the Seattle Mariners here. We can see this is 1994, the Kingdome. The ballparks are rated against the league average for their league that year. So Seattle has their ballpark rated against the American League average. There is, as we were talking about, you do roll 2 10-sided dice, so 1 to 100. The ballparks are rated to get 20 singles, 20 double opportunities, and 20 power opportunities on average. Now, that was how the original version was rated. Obviously, some ballparks you have 30 chances to get a double instead of 20, or 30 chances to get a home run, or maybe only 15 chances to get a single. It's changed a little bit for version 5 in that we are having a bit of left and right splits thrown into it as well. The ballparks are still rated on that 1 to 20 scale for league average. It's just that they're rated for left and right. So what we do is we take the left and the right, and they both have a rating. So say, for instance, the left-handed rating for Seattle was 18 out of 20 against league average, but the right-handers hit 24 against 20 for league average. So there would be 18, say for singles, it would be 18 singles on the card. And then there'd be a 6 extra that would be a right-handed single only. So it'd say something like an R/single. So the ballparks are not going to get exact statistical accuracy against what happened in real life, but it's going to give you a glimpse of how the ballpark actually played. Each season, obviously, there'll be different hitters. It'll affect it, obviously. But over 81 games, you should get a fairly good representation. I'm showing you Seattle because Seattle actually goes over the top of the 80. So you can see here we got 00 to 79. You can have that 00 if you roll the 2 dice, or if you are getting a random number between 1 and 100, the 100 will be the 00. If it's over, if there's more results than 80, there is a little triple star up here, and result 80 to 83 would be action. But generally 80 to 99 are going to be whatever the out is on the ballpark. It's out of the range straight away. So if that ballpark came up, you rolled an 80 to 89, ground ball straight away. If it comes up and you have a left-handed power check for Seattle, but you're a right-hander, that's an out straight away. That would be a ground ball. If you have a left double check, you're a right-hander, you're done. It's a ground ball. Anything that hasn't got a left or right in front of it is for everyone. So a single would be a straight single. A double question mark is a double check. A power is a power check. Obviously, all ballparks are different. Some are, excuse me, some are more suited to right-handers, some to left-handers, some it doesn't make much difference what you are. It's pretty self-explanatory. These checks are what we've already been through with the doubles, the power ratings, the singles. You do have what we call action checks, and that is basically a ballpark action. Now, I'll go through ballpark actions a little bit more in another video soon, but the ballpark action, when you get that, you flip a card, you see the ballpark action here, and it'll have some sort of action shot here. Basically, the actions are going to be doubles or singles. Can a single turn into a double into a single? It'll take into account things like speed, outfielders' fielding range, maybe their arm, things like here, close play at first where an umpire comes into it. Maybe there'll be things like an error check. But if the error happens, it might be 1 base advance or 2 base advance. It may be something where the official scorer comes into play on an error check to change it onto a hit or vice versa, things like that. But we'll go into that a little bit deeper later on. But it's pretty simple. Get a ballpark check, roll 2 dice, follow the dice here. You should be able to see from looking at a card for the amount of outs there are, how good that ballpark is for hitters. Say if you look at the Houston Astrodome, it might not be so good, or I think obviously Dodger Stadium is going to have a lot of outs on that card, whereas here you've got no direct outs on the card because we've got more than 80 figures. I'll just grab these other 2 ballparks. So Cleveland, we have obviously a few more outs on Cleveland there. And we have the White Sox, Comiskey Park. A lot more outs there. Cleveland obviously is one of the first years of Jacobs Field. They may have even opened Jacobs Field that year or the year before. I can't remember exactly, but it was around that time. I'm not sure if that was New Comiskey Park or not. Around that time as well. But the Kingdome at that time was obviously getting fairly old, but fairly easy for power hitters to hit home runs out. So any questions on that, just let me know about Ballparks.